Hey guys, I'm Carly, the blogger behind Beautiful on a Budget, and today I decided that I would film my first YouTube beauty video. For the longest time now, I've had a lot of my friends and family ask how I do my makeup, the products that I use, how I get it to stay, tips and tricks and things like that, and so I figured that the best way to do this was to just film a video and show you guys how I do my makeup. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then keep watching. First, I start by using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer to set a base for my foundation. Then I go in with the Maybelline Master Camo palette in the shade Light 100, and I use the green shade to cover over any red spots that I may have, whether it's just discoloration or pimples or anything like that. Then I take the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 120 Classic Ivory with a Real Techniques beauty sponge and just blend it in all over. Then I take the Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer in shade 10 Light, and I put it just in the inner corners of my eyes to save some of this product since it is more expensive. And then I take the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the shade 10 Ivory to finish out that triangle of concealer on my face. I also take it and put it on the bridge of my nose and on my forehead just to help highlight in those higher points. Next, I go back in with that Real Techniques beauty sponge and blend it all out. Then I take the Eco Tools blending sponge and some Laura Mercier translucent powder and use it to bake my face. I'll let this powder sit for a little while I do my eyebrows. Then I'll just take a clean spoolie brush and comb through my eyebrows to get them ready to fill in. Next, I'll take the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in the shade Soft Brown, and I'll just take the pencil side of it and I'll fill in my brows in those sparse areas, kind of give them the shape that I'll need to go with the pomade later on. Once I've got that nice shape that I want, I take an Essence Cosmetics small angled brush in the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Gel in the shade Light Brown and go ahead and just define the brows even more, fill them in and kind of darken them up and get them to like the desired shape and color and thickness that I want. And if you see me laughing a little bit or getting a smirk on my face during this video, I'm listening to Caitlin Bristow's Off the Vine podcast, and it was cracking me up. I always make sure not to go in with too heavy of a hand or not too much product, just so that they do look natural, but they do show up because I have very sparse and light brows naturally, so I just want to make sure that they do pop on my face. Next, I just take the Anastasia Brow Gel in Clear and I set my brows, and then I'll take the e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer brush and go over my eyes, as well as this Luxie foundation brush just to brush off the excess translucent powder. I also dip back into that translucent powder and just make sure that every part of my face has been covered in some sort of, powder to make sure that it's all set. Then I go in with the Morphe M523 brush and the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in shade Bronzer, and I contour my face, carve out those cheeks, and just make sure that everything looks a lot more chiseled. Next, I go in with a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and that Butter Bronzer again, and I just contour out my nose, give it some definition, and make sure that I'm blending it out all at the same time so there's no harsh lines. Then I'll take the Benefit Cosmetics Cheek Parade palette with the shades Hula and Hula Light on the Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just bronzing up my face a little bit, going over the contour that I already did, but just kind of giving my face some more warmth since I will self-tan my body and lay out in the sun here and there, but I like to keep my face hidden. So this way I give myself a little bit of color. Then I'll take the Real Techniques buffing brush and the Wet n Wild blush in Apricot in the middle and apply it to the apples of my cheeks. I tend to do this little grin just so you can really see where your apples are. Next, I'll take the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre and just with my finger apply it all over my eyelids to prime my eyes for my eyeshadow. Then I'll take the Morphe 35O palette, and this very first shade here that is the matte white, I just want to put it all over my eyelids. Here I'm using a Pure Minerals utility brush. I've had it for forever and I couldn't find it again, but basically just a thick blending brush will do. Then I'll take the Morphe R37 brush with this light camel shade and I'll just put it into the crease of my eyes, and I'll do a windshield wiper motion, just going back and forth over and over again, making sure that I do it until there's no product left on my brush and just giving this crease a good transitional base to start with. Then I'll take that same brush and go in with the darker camel down at the bottom with the same motion and just blending this right on top of that other shade into my crease as well. I just like to start with a lighter shade and build up to a darker shade as I go through my eye looks, just making sure it's all blended in and smooth. Then I'll take this like rust color with this Crown Deluxe pointed crease brush, and I just make sure that it's on one side of the brush and I keep it into the top of my crease. So I'll put the brush directly into that brow bone and I'll keep it on the very top so it doesn't go down onto my lid or anything like that. And just buffing this out and making sure that it's very blended. Then I'll take a Morphe B81 brush with this orangey red shade up at the top, and I will just do the same blending motion all throughout my crease once again. Then I'll go back in with that Crown pointed crease brush and do a chocolate brown shade, just keeping it concentrated on the outer corners of my eyes to add a little bit more depth and dimension, but I want to make sure that I do keep it low and in the corners. Then I'll take a clean R37 brush from Morphe and just buff out and blend all of these colors together. Next, I'll take the Makeup Revolution setting spray with the Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'll go in with one of the gold shimmer shadows and just pat it all over my lid, making sure that it's blended in very nicely and there's no harsh lines. Make sure to put a little bit in the corner of my eyes. Then I'll take a Morphe E32 brush with that same rust color we did on the upper part of the crease, and I'll do my lower lash line just to kind of bring the whole look together and make sure that I'm blending it out and it's not too dark and it's not too harsh. Then I'll take that same R37 brush and just blend it all together. Next, I'll take Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop with a Morphe E39 brush and just put that highlight right on my brow bone, just kind of making the eye look pop a little bit more and defining the brow. And also I'll put a little bit on the inner corner of my eyes. Then I'll take a Morphe M501 brush for my highlight with the same champagne pop and just putting it on the tops of my cheeks, my nose, my cupid's bow, and my forehead. Finishing it off with the MAC Fix Plus spray. And then I'll also take my Real Techniques blending sponge and just kind of pat it all over my face to make sure that that setting spray sets in. Then I will just use a Revlon eyelash curler to curl my lashes. Normally I would do my eyeliner first, but I forgot. So here I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I do probably too many coats, but that's how I do my mascara. Next, which normally I would have done before my mascara, I'll take this Wet n Wild felt tip eyeliner in black, and it dries matte and it's so easy to apply. And I'll just go from the ends of my lashes all the way towards the center, making sure that I can make a nice and easy straight line. If you want to make this look more glam, feel free to wing it out. But if I'm going to the office or just, it's a day out with my friends, I tend to stick to just a basic liner. Then I'll go in with the L'Oreal Carbon Black Voluminous Mascara over that Tarte Light Camera lashes and also on my bottom line. Then I'll finish it off with the NYX Liquid Suede Lipstick in the shade Sandstorm. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about who I am, what I write about, this deals that I find, products I use, outfits that I wear, things like that, head on over to the vlog and check it out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and leave some comments down below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.